Hey everyone, before we get into part two of this week's episode for 84 Feet with Cady and Cap, I want to just touch on something that I know affects a whole lot of households, not just around here, but across America, and that is cancer. Unfortunately, Jayla Jeter, sophomore for Shaker High School, lost her mother early in her life due to pancreatic cancer. And now, Shaker High School varsity girls basketball is looking to raise funds in support of the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network. They're going to be doing that with raising funds at their home game this coming Tuesday, December 10th at 7 p.m. If you're going to be in attendance, they'll be able to take donations there. If not, I'm leaving a link inside the video description, both on Spotify and the YouTube feeds. That way you can show your support for Jayla and her family. Thank you very much. And now, here's the video. All right, we now get into the second half of episode 35 of 84 Feet with Cady and Cap. I'm Brian Cady, back in the king's chair in my bedroom as my wife is doing some stuff, getting ready for our move. It's not a big move. We're just going around the corner, but still a move nonetheless. And yeah, we're mini hoarders, so I can only imagine what she's digging through right now. But anyways, thanks again to Jeff Moliner from Empire State Takeover for giving us a nice, very lengthy, very detailed season preview of all 6 classifications of Section 2 girls hoops. If you've missed it for any reason, first of all, shame on you. Second of all, check out the Spotify channel or the YouTube channel. They're on both. Full-fledged warning, it's almost 2.5 hours long, but it's definitely worth the listen. We cover all the possible bases for all 6 classifications. We even go over some of the stuff that happened during Thanksgiving break when the unofficial start of the season. So with that being said, it is Tuesday night, December the 3rd, no Cap. He's been held up by, I think there's parent-teacher conferences or something. I don't know if it's for his kid or for Albany Academy. I don't know, but dude's got stuff to do and I don't. So I'm here on my own, and I'm actually going to speak to a pair of sisters. We have this weird thing with sisters for some reason on this show, twins. I talked to the Lonnies from Shaker 2 months ago at the EST Fall Showcase. We had the Wolf sisters, formerly of South Glens Falls, now of Greenwich, about a month ago or so. And now I'm going solo dolo, a little handicap match, 2 against 1, with another pair of sisters, another pair of twins, because, I didn't learn the first or second time going about this. Fresh off a season opening victory against South Glens Falls, ironically enough, representing the Patriots of Broadalbin-Perth. A nice 10-15 minute hike up Route 30 for me. It is the Perry twins, Summer and Macie. Ladies, good evening. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I am doing well. And for those of you who are curious, let me just get it out of the way. Introduce which one is which.
I'm Summer, and I'm Macie.
And I'll start with congratulations, as you both announced in recent weeks that you are going to be together attending SUNY New Paltz Division III, a ranked squad for this season. They already have a trio of Section 2 talents down there, and Hannah Vanderzee from Ravenna, Grace Cousins from Shen, and Sierra Carter from Shaker. Now the 2 of you are going to be coming on board starting in the fall of 2025. All in all, what was the recruiting like for the 2 of you? And either one of you can chime in on this to start off. Were there any other schools in consideration? Did y'all ever consider going to different schools from each other at any point? Like, how was that all like?
We definitely started not wanting to go together at all, but as we played with AAU teams, we decided that we wanted to stick together and just be easier for our family and just for ourselves. And the recruiting process was pretty good. We had a couple other schools that were definitely up there with New Paltz, but overall, we just thought New Paltz was the better decision for us.
And what's interesting about the decision, obviously, y'all really focused on your craft on the hardwood. I know even going to showcase events like the 518 Select Showcase that I missed because I got sick, and that's another topic for another day. But y'all really putting the work on the hardwood, but you guys have played other sports in the course of your school, your high school careers. Macie, you were just on the soccer team that went to, I believe, the sectional finals against Shelmont.
Yeah.
And then Summer, you have been playing lacrosse on the combined program between BP and Amsterdam. Let me just start with Macie on the soccer side of things. How much did you enjoy soccer compared to basketball, and what was it like for you to get that lengthy run into sectional finals? And does that kind of motivate you to be like, all right, did it in one sport, and we got the squad to go to get things done in basketball, so let's carry the momentum over. Let's just keep it going.
Yeah, it definitely motivates us for basketball. We have a ton of the basketball team on the soccer team, so we're all like psyched and ready for basketball and getting that far again, just like in soccer. Soccer doesn't really compare to basketball for me, but it is like something fun to do with my friends and competitive, and just before basketball, just like outside is nice and running. So.
And then speaking of sports that involve a lot of running on grass, Summer, I mentioned how you play lacrosse in the combined program with BP in Amsterdam. Man, it's a little different. You could probably get with a little extra contact than you do in basketball. Not too much more, because I just recently learned that like in girls lacrosse, it's highly illegal to do anything with your sticks, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about lacrosse. I'm sorry. But was there anything from lacrosse that that helped carry over into basketball for you at all? From even if it's just like a cardio standpoint, is that something that helped you out?
I'd say the physicalness. We do a lot of boxing out in both sports. So when we go for the ball in lacrosse, we have to really get low and box out our other player. So that definitely is transferred over to basketball. That's probably one of the most things, and just the cardio too. We run all the time in lacrosse.
And I know I kind of brought this up before we started, but I have to bring it up again because I just think it's funny. I mentioned how y'all are basically a 10-minute jaunt for me up Route 30, because I'm down here in Amsterdam. For those of you who are familiar, I'm basically like 2 blocks away from St. Mary's Hospital. St. Piers is where I used to live in Albany. St. Mary's Hospital is a couple blocks away from me. But you go to Broadalbin-Perth, and the lacrosse program for the girls' side is a combined program between yourselves and Amsterdam, which means you own Amsterdam gear, and your uniforms are Amsterdam colors. You ever get poked fun of by any of your fellow BP classmates? Like, is there any awkwardness? Like, is there any other basketball players from Amsterdam you play lacrosse with, and it's kind of like a little friction? Like, what's that like at all?
Actually, like there's barely any basketball players from Amsterdam that play lacrosse. I think there's 2, maybe 3 this year. I think there was like 3 last year. So we don't really get into basketball a lot there. But with the gear and stuff, we're definitely transitioning from Amsterdam stuff to like combined with blue, red, gray, everything. And a lot of our sports at BP actually combine with Amsterdam, so nobody really says anything if I show up with an Amsterdam jacket on. Not anymore, at least. I definitely in the beginning it was like, why are you wearing that? But now everybody's pretty cool with it.
Hey, at least some people are cool with it. I know a couple people be like, don't give me that red, white, and blue, but it's okay. As far as AAU is concerned, because I know that you guys briefly mentioned when you were talking about the recruiting process. Played for Cap City Scrappers. Bobby Shields, former guest of the show, does a lot of work with that program. What was it like being able to go through that program and basically you're never out of each other's hair except for when one plays soccer and one plays lacrosse. Otherwise, y'all are just carrying basketballs around together with each other. Like, so what was that like on the AAU scale?
We definitely liked Cap City a lot. It was super competitive, and getting to travel was super nice. And like playing with different people, because throughout like our whole entire basketball career until sophomore years, like summer, we didn't play with like a real AAU team with new people. So it was really nice to get to play with different people, different coaches, And we love playing with Bobby and Janelle. We played with her a little bit too, so that was nice.
Now, this is something that I've regularly asked any twins that I've met, and it's all meant in good fun. Are there any funny stories about a case of mistaken identity between the two of you, whether it be family, school? I don't know if y'all have jobs during the summer, but work or whatever it may be. Has there ever been like a funny story about like something happened, they swore it was one of you, but it was really the other one because they couldn't tell the difference between the two of you?
Everybody has no idea which one is which. If they see a video of us, I mean, our coaches call us the wrong name all the time. We have different numbers, but apparently nobody goes by numbers, just faces. So everybody gets us confused. I have people always ask me like, oh, which one was which in this video or TikTok or whatever.
Yeah, or at work, we work with little kids like at the daycare. They have no idea which one's which. They'll just be like, hey. No idea.
And then you always get the coaches who always go by last names only. So I can imagine, coach, you've come across, you both kind of turn probably and go, which one, right? Like you gotta figure it out.
Usually coaches don't do that anymore. They got used to it.
A lot of people call us twin.
Yeah, they'll just call us twin. We'll both turn.
Because that's not confusing at all either.
No.
Ever like I'm not trying to really throw you under the bus here by asking this, but you ever pull any twin magic at school? Like if one of you didn't want to go to class, like, hey, can you cover for me or whatever? Anything like that or nah?
No, we haven't. Because we were separated in classes, so it wouldn't really work out. But yeah.
Do you think teachers will be able to tell the difference though if you switched for a class?
It depends how far in the year we were. Like our teachers got to know us really well, but if it was like in the beginning, they'd have no idea.
Or if we were younger, they definitely probably wouldn't be able to tell.
Well, I'll give away the secret because it took me about 15 seconds before we started, and I correctly identified who was who. I'll give away how I figured it out. I was looking at Instagram, and that's how I figured out the Amsterdam stuff with the purple uniforms. And I was like, why are you wearing Amsterdam gear? But that was whatever. And then for whatever reason, the face was still fresh in my head. So I'm like, okay, who was in the lacrosse gear? Which one was it? That's how I figured it out. So it was,
yeah,
how much? Yeah,
whatever works.
Whatever gets the job done, get it done.
Yeah.
Now, as far as playing is concerned, obviously one thing that's impacted, athletes of all different levels, whether it be the current college athletes or even athletes who have just recently gotten out of college and even those still playing in high school today. Obviously, you go back to 2020. COVID, broke out. Basketball season, I believe, was done already by then for you guys, but you were going into spring. Obviously, that would be lacrosse season. That would be the start of AAU basketball season. And then things were still kind of weird come the next academic year because I know that for like the 2021 season, if you had any practices or even scrimmages or actual official games, they were requiring you to have masks on you while playing. It was very weird and wild time. What was it like for you guys? Because obviously you're trying to develop your skills more, get yourself at a point where, you can actually even start thinking about taking your athletic skills to help you move forward in your pursuit of a college degree. What was that like? Because I'm trying to think, because that would have put you in what, like 7th grade when it happened, like 7th, 8th grade,
going to 8th grade, yeah.
So how was that like? Because you're still in middle school at the time. What was that like, and how was that dealt with in the Broadalbin district for you guys?
So I don't think we were able to play our 8th grade season. I think only high school was allowed to play, so that got cut short. But I am pretty sure that we did do a travel team. Our school's pretty, like all the girls that are on our basketball team right now, we grew up with each other from like 4th grade. So we were pretty good at getting together, practicing, getting into tournaments that we needed to get into, and just like being on top of it. So I think it really didn't like affect us too much, except for like missing our 8th grade year,
Yeah.
which kind of sucked, but we still got to do the travel and AU. So
Okay. About let's focus in on this year's squad in a few different ways. First off, head coach and assistant coach are married. Just put it out there in case y'all didn't know. The Rossums, and if I remember correctly, they still have Molly on the squad, right? She's a senior with you guys.
yes.
No idea you have a married couple as the head coach and assistant coach. You have them coaching their 17, 18-year-old daughter who's on the team with you. What is that dynamic like? Because I don't know. It seems like a very, very odd and different dynamic than anything I've ever heard of before. Having a married couple as the coaches and having a daughter that's on the squad as well.
Yeah, I think they handle it really well. Like sometimes you could even forget that like Molly's their kid sometimes because they treat us all the same basically, and it's just like having another assistant coach. I mean, she was the JV coach like 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, and then she went to the assistant coach. So it was basically the same thing. I would just think of her as any assistant coach, not somebody that's married to the head coach.
Yeah, and again, they've been our coaches since like 4th grade. So we kind of just grew up with it. We got used to it. I feel like it was no different than playing with Bobby and Janelle, really. So they do like a really good job at not like
Bringing
how some
family
people would be like, oh, the coach's kid. It's really not like that at all.
And you mentioned a couple times the whole, a lot of your teammates have played together since 4th grade. You mentioned how, the Russums, they've been coaching a lot of you through that time too. I feel like that's a big difference for these smaller town schools, particularly like the Class B, C, D teams, compared to your schools in like AA or AAA, where you might all go to the same academic school, but the choices beyond the school season can be a wide variety of differences. You might have a couple kids playing Havoc, City Rocks, Sparks, Scrappers, whatever it may be, Capitals. But in this case, it's been a very consistent program the whole time. And plus, there's a lot less, coming and going with different talents of kids switching schools or families moving or whatever it may be. Do you feel like that kind of sets your program apart, particularly this year, as you're, looking to go out with a bang as seniors? Do you feel like that sets you apart from other schools that you might go up against who don't have that same kind of continuity and camaraderie that you guys have built?
Yeah, definitely. We
definitely.
definitely have more like we're like a family basically now. Like, and other teams, they're just not. I would not think they're as close as us. Like we can see each other on the court better, and we just know where each other's gonna be. We've played with each other forever. Yeah.
Now, I remember your squad from last year, and even being impressed with you guys at the time. But what's interesting is in talking to Jeff from Empire State Takeover yesterday when we were doing our season preview, he mentioned an X factor being for the whole class, not just your team, for the whole Class B layout, being on your team because of the fact that she's been fighting through so many injuries over the last few years and is now finally, healthy and good to go. And that's that Joey Sassanella was the name he brought up. Do you feel like there's any extra kind of fire underneath her or maybe the whole squad in general because you're all so close, knowing that she's battled through so much to get to this point where now it's her senior year, she's good to go, she can contribute as a factor on the squad? Do you feel any of that at all, or is it just kind of all business as usual, let's just go with the flow?
I definitely say she has like a fire to her. She's ready to get back out there. But I think in general, all of us have a fire under us from last year, losing in the semifinals against Holy Names. We're all coming back from something with fire in us, trying to get to the finals and winning it this year.
Yeah, I'd say that was
And beating and Foothills championships too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and getting a look at a Class A, Catholic Central Metro goes on, wins the state championship in Class A. They get promoted to Class AA, and it's like, hooray! And then you find out that all the academies getting promoted from B to A. And it's kind of like, damn it. Like, but in the most competitive, nice way possible, because it's like, wow, okay, all right, we gotta, really, really focus in on here. But when you really look at Class A, I feel like, and I'm pretty sure Jeff has felt the same way too, it's really three standout programs that I feel like are the top tier, obviously, and that'd be Academy, Holy Names, yourselves. I'd throw Shaman in there as a fourth potentially. But all in all, to know those expectations are there now, where, honestly, if it wasn't for Holy Names matching you guys shot for shot in that semifinal, you could have just as easily been in that sectional final against Catholic Central, and maybe things are totally different because high school girls basketball. Did that sectional semifinal loss make you feel the same way that at least I seem to feel about this season? That, as much as people want to give flowers to Academy and the fact that Holy Names has their experience coming back for the most part from last season, y'all are just as battle tested yourselves and you're healthier. And it just, for me, feels like this is a year that's set up for you guys to really make things happen.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that no matter what we have to compete, it doesn't matter who it's against. If it's Holy Names, Shelma, or Albany Academy, we just have to be ourselves out there and not let anything else get to us, knowing the big names like Albany Academy.
Now, last night, like I mentioned in the introduction, you guys got a season opening win against South Glens Falls. End up winning that one. I believe that was that on the road or at home? I'm trying to remember.
It was
at home, right? Okay. So you open at home. That's all well and good. Anything in particular that you felt like was a standout characteristic of what led you guys to that win? Whether it be on the defensive or offensive end, what was key in that victory against the Bulldogs last night?
I think our defense always stands out, especially to us. I think we get a lot of deflections and steals, so that definitely helps us out. But honestly, our ball movement yesterday was, I think, better than it has been. We definitely got it to I think there was 3 girls in double digits in points and then others right behind. So it was definitely a lot of sharing the ball, and I think that really stood out to us.
Now, I happen to take a look at the schedule moving forward for you guys, and I've got to say, y'all next week is crazy, because I'm looking here. You have a home game Thursday night against Queensbury, which, they're interesting. I'll put it that way. And then you play basically a home and home kind of weird tournament thing Friday, Saturday, where you play at Burnt Hills against Troy Friday night, then back home Saturday night against Burnt Hills. And then you got to turn on and play a league game Monday night against Glens Falls.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Like, that's 4 games in, well, if you include last night's game, that's 5 games in 8 days. I mean, you got to do what you got to do, obviously. There's not, you're not the ones making the schedule, but, how important do you feel like it is for the squad to, even if, this would, no matter what the record is coming out of this quick stretch of 5 games, how important do you feel like it is for the squad to, A, come away from it healthy and not worrying about injuries, going forward once you, are getting close to that Christmas break, and secondly, come away feeling good about the way you're playing and the consistency that you're putting out there?
Yeah, I definitely do think with having that many games in 8 days, we got to worry about ourselves also, rest, stretching, water. That's going to be really important with this stretch. And also, just competing also in practice, because practice leads to the games and we got to keep it going. And coming off these games, I think we got to get wins to set the tone for the season.
And I guess I'll have to go. I don't know. Should I talk to Casey? Should I talk to Tucker? Who should I talk to about this schedule? Because this is ridiculous. Who should I be talking to?
I don't even know who it is.
Probably Coach Casey.
I would say.
I guarantee he did that. Wants us to work really hard.
Yeah, but then if I talk to Casey, isn't he just going to turn around and say, talk to him? He's the AD. Isn't he just going to point me to Tucker?
Maybe. I don't know who made it. I don't.
And is he ever going to stop coaching, by the way? I know it's not your team, but I heard, if I remember correctly, Coach Gifford's back doing the boys varsity team again this year. Like,
yeah, he's back.
Dude, it's a fix. He needs a fix, I guess. Like, he can't stay away from the sideline. What's he doing?
I don't know.
I think he just likes the coach. I think he just likes to be involved.
Or he just needs a hobby. We need to find him a hobby.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, his daughter's on our team. Yeah.
That's true. But well, he couldn't just be like, okay, Casey, move over. You're an assistant coach now. He couldn't scout the food. Like, that wouldn't happen.
Yeah,
He could hypothetically, I guess, but I don't know if I don't know if Casey would really take that very well. But whatever.
Probably
not with this team.
No.
Yeah.
And I think Giff likes the boys.
Yeah,
I think
he likes
coaching
coaching
the
boys
boys
better.
It's gonna be interesting because I have a cousin that I believe is gonna be on the basketball team this year, so it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens with Gift back on the sideline. One last thing, and then we're gonna get to a pair of little games to wrap this up. And this is something I just like bringing up every once in a while when we get players on the show. You know, this sport has just seemingly gone to a whole nother planet in the last few years. You know, obviously a lot of people want to put it on the back of Caitlin Clark, and that's understandable. But there's obviously other names and faces that are involved with this. And some would even say the movement goes back to, like, you know, when Brianna Stewart was in college and Stu Bird or whatever. And I'm not going to get into that argument, but I mean, when you see the way the sport is growing, exploding in popularity, and not even just here, but even internationally in certain ways too, how much more has that kept your attraction and love for the game going, being able to see all that's going on and even getting to see, like, all these big schools and big names being able to come into Albany like they did for March Madness earlier this year? How much has that kept your love and passion for the game going?
I think it definitely kept our love and passion. I mean, I think either way we'd still love the sport, but it's good to see, like, women's sports getting more attention from other people. I think Caitlin Clark really set off the tone for that, and there's just be more female athletes that are going to do the same thing. And I think,
yeah, they're definitely getting more attention now, which is really nice because they're really good. So,
and since you're twins, I'm sure you've probably at least heard of them. Try talking to the Kavanagh twins in Miami. You know, get some tips on that NIL money once you get to New Paltz. You know, just throw it out there. You know, it'll work. It'll work. You know, because, you know, if I'll be honest, if I didn't do my homework before the show, I would have had no idea which was which. So, yeah, it could work. All right. So I got two different games we're going to do to end this. Oh, I'm calling them games. The first one I want to do, yes, the first one will require your notebooks and pens. We're going to do a game basically. You ever see the game Newlywed Game?
no, I don't.
oh, it's like who's most likely to, kind of, and like.
So
Which one
basically,
would
like,
that-
I'll ask one of you a question. I'll ask a question to one of you about the other twin. You both have to write down the answer to that question, and then the person who was asked the question reveals their answer, and then the person the question is about reveals what their real answer is.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to alternate between the two of you, because I'm making sure there's 6 questions. We each get asked 3, and you get it, right? You know, it makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Who wants to get asked a question first?
I can.
Yeah, Summer.
Okay. All right. All right. Summer. What is Macie's favorite food?
Oh, I have no idea. Oh wait. I think I know. If you change it, Macie, if it's the one. Well, if it's not the same, then you're gonna hate your answer. Don't.
All right. Okay. Summer, what'd you write down? What's Macie's favorite food?
I said mashed potatoes,
Mashed potatoes.
and I wrote mashed potatoes too.
All right. All right. You're 1 for 1. All right. All right. This next question.
No, yours.
This next question is for Macie.
Okay.
Which one do I want to do here? All right. What is Summer's favorite vacation destination? Wow, y'all both went right away at that. Okay.
This one's yeah, this one's kind of easy.
All right. What'd you write?
Ocean City, Maryland, and I wrote the same thing.
All right. Why Ocean City?
We go there every single year with our family, and it's like super fun. So yeah.
I've never been to Ocean City, so like, what's it? Is there another city that you can compare it to at all?
I don't know, maybe like Ocean City, New Jersey, because I know they're both called Ocean City. So yeah, and I would definitely say Ocean City, Maryland's better. The boardwalk is really nice.
And I forgot to ask, mashed potatoes. Like of all the foods you could like pizza, chicken parm, Chinese, Italian sub. Why mashed potatoes?
I don't know. I like mashed potatoes and baked potatoes.
Okay, so your Thanksgiving was basically a plate of mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Whatever. To each their own. Listen, I know somebody who doesn't like anything about Thanksgiving and is a very picky eater. So their Thanksgiving was chicken nuggets, French fries, and chocolate milk.
Oh wow, that's like third grader.
I'm not going to reveal which former Section 2 player that was, but they know who they are. If they see the show, they'll understand that it's them.
Can't go wrong with chicken nuggets.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just Thanksgiving chicken nuggets. Like you don't want everybody else eat
Not Thanksgiving, but yeah.
All right. Summer. Who is Macie's favorite music artist?
Oh. You changed it. Okay.
Right. Summer, what was your answer?
I said Zach Bryan, and I said Zach Bryan or Gracie Abrams. Oh yeah. So basically, Gracie Abrams.
Is that another country artist?
No.
Oh.
She's more like pop, I think. I don't know.
Okay. All right. I gotta look her up then. Okay.
So
Gracie Abrams. Okay. All right. That gives you something to look up later. All right. I got you. All right. Macie. Favorite sport for summer that's not basketball or lacrosse?
Oh. Wait, I think I know. Or like, I don't know. Like to play? Yeah. Oh. I said volleyball. Oh, I did not say that. I said soccer. So
Okay.
You don't even like soccer. I don't, but I don't like any others.
All right. So why'd you say volleyball, by the way?
We played volleyball for like I should have picked that. A summer club thing. And we both really liked it. And we were actually pretty good at it. I mean, all you really need to do is jump up in the air, so it's not that hard. And
well, yeah, you're 6 foot, so that would
she hates soccer. So I just thought
I think
volleyball.
you know me better than I do because I would have picked volleyball. I forgot about that.
Okay. All right. All right. Summer. What is Macie's favorite color? I gave some easy ones, I guess. Yes. Go ahead.
Blue. And it is blue.
Okay. All right. All right. I actually want. Okay. I'm gonna ask this. This is the last question. I'm gonna ask it to Macie first. Then, after you reveal your answers, I also want to know Summer's answer to this question too. Or
Okay.
I want to know Macie's answer, so it'll be So you know what I mean. You know what I mean. All
Yeah.
right. Macie, if Summer could choose, who is the teammate that should have no business running the aux cord for practice?
Wait, because it's wait. I know. Oh wait, I know.
Wait, I gotta think of the team.
Come on. Like,
Are you doing
like
I don't
she
know.
never listened to me. I think I know who it is.
Okay.
Wait, but I don't even know. But I don't know your answer.
I said
Oh,
more.
no, turn around.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not. We'll do two birds with one stone. Now, Summer, write down underneath it who you think Macie would say, and Macie, write down your answer for that
I
question.
need to think who.
I don't know. Are you? You can't pick mine though. Oh, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't have no idea.
All right.
Okay.
Macie, who would you say Summer's pick was?
Summer would not let Marcy do the ox.
That's very true.
Okay, and then
She-
Summer, who do you think Macie picked?
I said Jilly, but I don't know.
No, I picked Bella.
What? You like her music though?
Not for warm ups though.
Oh.
All right. Now I'll just put everyone on blast on this one, I guess. Would either of you have replaced your answer with one of your coaches if given the option?
Oh my God, yes. Our coach
Which
is
one?
Coach Marcy.
Coach Marcy for sure.
Oh, okay. All right.
She wants us to do her music to warm up too.
What's her music then?
Like
The final countdown. She wants us to do all 80s Tina Turner, anything old.
For practice?
Yes.
she wants us to run out to that actually.
Yeah.
Wait, which one?
She wants us to run out to the final countdown.
But she used to want us to run out to Tina Turner, like Simply the Best.
No. Hang on. Okay. All right. As someone who used to work in radio, we need to break down the programming of this. You don't run out the final countdown. You do final countdown for one of two things. A, the last song of your pregame warm-up leading up to the 00 horn, or you save that for the song between the third and fourth quarters because you're going into the final quarters, so final countdown.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or like
logistically getting out to it makes no sense.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
I think she should just keep that in her headphones because I do not run it out to that.
Or just play it on the way to each game. Play it in the car. Play it on
We'll
Bluetooth.
do that for her.
Yeah, we'll do it for her.
Okay. Or play in the locker room for her just one time before
We
before
don't
the
even
pregame
listen-
speech.
I don't think we listen to music that much in the locker room, so
Now we gotta rush.
Really?
We're usually rushing because our team likes to make TikToks before basketball games. So.
Oh no! Oh.
But we're busy.
yeah.
The whole team or like certain players?
Like me and Macy.
Us too.
Our friend Jilly. Molly makes
Molly
some.
makes them sometimes, but our coaches don't know about that. So.
But y'all are the main corporates. The main culprits.
Yeah, we make one like
Yeah.
every game.
Maybe you are more like the Cavner twins I'm giving you credit for. Okay. All right.
We're not as good as dancers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that one alone. Anyways, all right. Now the other thing we're gonna do does not need the notebooks and the pens. You can just give me answers at the top of your head. These are, I call them life's most important questions, but they certainly are not. I'm not gonna ask you for the meaning of life or who came out of the womb first. We're not gonna get into that. We're just gonna random questions. Y'all give me the first answers that you think of. All right.
Okay.
All right, we'll start with, and by the way, for each question, I'll get answers from both of you before I go to the next one. All right.
Okay.
All right. I'll start with Summer. When it comes to desserts or sweets in general, are you chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Macie.
Chocolate. For
Okay.
Sure.
I did have one. I don't remember which one, and I apologize for labeling as such. But I did have one psycho recently say vanilla, so I put that out there. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know
Not
about the
us.
vanilla.
All right, Macie. When it comes to energy drinks or sports drinks, Gatorade, Powerade, or other.
Gatorade, the blue Gatorade.
Okay. Summer.
I'm gonna have to go with the same or the red one. Red Gatorade or blue Gatorade.
Yeah, I think you're the first one that said red. Thank you. Thank you very much. I've been waiting for someone to say red for so long. Thank you, Summer. I appreciate that. Favorite cheat meal. We'll go with Summer on this one. Favorite cheat meal. We'll say during the off season to be safe.
I don't know, like Burger King.
So, and not mashed potatoes, I'm guessing.
Not mashed potatoes. A burger like from Burger King with the fries.
Why Burger King?
Because it's the best fast food restaurant.
Might be fighting words there. Macie.
Maybe like Taco Bell because I don't eat it that much, like especially during the season.
I'm trying to think. Hold on. Broadalbin. I'm trying to think what would be the closest. Are the closest Taco Bell and Burger King in Amsterdam for you guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have nothing in Broadalbin except for a Subway.
Right. I was trying to think. I'm like, you guys have I think there's like a steakhousey place near you ish.
Maybe.
29. I think it's on 29 if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
Project 29.
Oh
is right
yeah,
there.
Project 29, yes.
Right.
And
And then a Stewart's.
yeah, we got Stewart's.
Yeah, I'm trying to. It's also been a couple years since I've driven through Broadalbin. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. I'm baffled.
Yeah, there's not much. There's not much.
All right, Macie, is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Summer.
I'm gonna say no to.
Okay. It's the right answer by my book, but okay. Where was I? Best flavor of Starburst, Summer.
None of them.
Wow. Now that's fighting words. You don't like Starburst?
I don't like
thought you
any,
did like
I don't like
Starburst.
anything chewy.
Also, it's more of a texture thing for you.
Yeah, and their flavors aren't good either.
Look at easy on the flavors. I'll give you the chewy thing. All right. There's some people just don't like things because of texture. I understand that. I have some. She's like that. Macie, what your answer?
I actually don't like Starburst either. I only like chocolate candy, so
Okay. I'll
Yeah.
accept that. That's fine. All right. Favorite chocolate candy then?
Oh, I know
Ooh.
mine.
I think Kit Kats or Twix are the best chocolate candy.
I have to go with the Hershey bars with the almonds in them.
Hershey's with almonds. All right. Okay.
Health in there.
What am I missing here? I know. Oh, okay. I've 3 other ones. There is a wrong answer in my mind to this question.
Okay.
Macie, what goes in the bowl first, the cereal or the milk?
Cereal.
Cereal, yeah, definitely.
Okay, there is a former Section 2 player who has since graduated from college who argued with me and still does to this day that the milk goes in first.
Really? I don't think I've ever seen that
Crazy.
before.
It's somebody who's in our neighborhood. It's somebody that went to Fonda.
Kiana? No, she's a graduate from.
No.
Oh no, she has
No,
not
I have
graduated.
It's just no.
I was gonna say I'm gonna take
The fact that it's still an argument to this day makes me wonder about this person, and how I'm still friends with them. But that's whatever. All right. Second to last question. Summer, favorite team to face?
To what?
To play against?
Oh, either I'd have to say Amsterdam just because they're rivals, or Queensbury because it's always
They're
a tough
the real
game.
rivals.
They're the real rivals, and they beat us every year. But this year is
Macie?
Yeah, I would say Queensbury, or I actually did like playing Holy Knaves last year. It was like one of the toughest games that we've played.
And who knows, you might come across them again come sectional time in late February, early March, whenever that breaks down too. I'm going to ask this question in a very roundabout way, and I hope you understand it. It's a follow-up to the Queensbury comments. Is there anything about their interesting routine, if you know what I'm getting at the foul line?
Oh,
Does that bother you at all? Like,
Well, it's a little loud.
it's a little loud. Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, if there's nobody yelling in the stands, why are you clapping? If they want to like put like a point of like getting distracted, but I mean, if it works for them,
Yeah, if it works for them,
yeah,
they make them.
they do.
there's another team now that does it. I can't remember off the top of my head who does it, but there is another team that does it now in Section 2. If I come across who it is again, I'll bring it up again on the show. But yeah, there is another team that does it now. I just can't think of who it is for the life of me right now.
Yeah, it's
All right.
interesting.
Last question, and then I'll let you out of this hellhole. I'm kidding. Macie, you're first. If you were on a deserted island, you had to pick two people that you would trust to help you get off the island and back to civilization. Could be anyone alive, anyone that you know that is alive. Who would you pick and why?
Oh, I'd have to go with my friend Jilly. Just, I don't know. There's something about her. And then, like,
Anybody alive? It could be like famous people.
famous people?
No.
Oh, just like
People that you know, and they have to be alive.
probably my mom. I'd say my
Okay.
mom.
Summer, who are you going with?
Oh my gosh, this is really hard. I have to go with Jilly too. She's like a I don't know.
about her.
There's something about her. Like she protected me out there. I don't know anybody else. I think you, I guess. Yeah, I can. Yeah, you're kind of crazy. You could definitely like get us some food.
You're kind of crazy. That's the reasoning. I'll roll with that. Well, I have to say this has been highly entertaining, and this is something I know. I know, Summer, you and I have been trying to set this up for 2-3 months. It's been wild. I got sick. Schedules got crazy. Whatever. But I'm glad we were able to fit this in during the first week of the season. So I thank you both for coming on. Good luck with your season, and I'm trying to think. I don't think we're going to cross paths before then, so I'll just, I'll knock on wood, and I'll say see you at sectionals.
Yeah,
Yes,
see you
you.
then.
All right, thank you, ladies. Summer and
Thank
Macie,
you so much.
awesome. Summer Macie Perry from Broadalbin-Perth. Yeah, they got a good squad lined up here for Class A, and yeah, it's gonna be very interesting because they're one of in my mind the top 3 or 4 contenders, and I think they'll put in the work. And again, like Jeff mentioned, having that wild card of having Jilly back in rotation, healthy, ready to roll. That's gonna be very interesting. A lot of length, a lot of athleticism. We're talking 5'9", 5'10", 6 foot, 6 foot. Like, it's, you think you're playing more of a college team with that length than you are playing against the usual high school team. So I'm interested to see how teams can contend with that, particularly those who are more guard heavy. I know in their league in the foothills, there's not really anyone I can think of off the top of my head. Amsterdam's on the smaller side. South Glens Falls lost the Wolf Sisters, maybe Queensbury, because they have some multi-sport athletes. But other than that, I can't think of anyone. I think Foothills is really theirs to win at this point. And then, Colonial Council is going to have Holy Names and Albany Academy come out of it more than likely as the top 2 squads to contend with an A. Obviously, I mentioned Chaumont before, but I really think it, all due respect to everyone else, I really think this is a 3-team race for A. But, it's December. It's Section 2 girls basketball. Weird stuff happens. So we'll leave it at that. With that being said, that wraps up episode 35, part 2 of 84 Feet with Cady and Cap. Don't forget, on X, Twitter, whatever the hell you call it, at 84 Feet Podcast. And yeah. Oh, Facebook. Search for 84 Feet with Cady and Cap. Like the page. Shows are fired off there every week on X and on Facebook. And yeah, if you're on YouTube watching this, like the page. Subscribe to the channel. That's what I meant to say. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Leave a comment. Yeah, and if you want, hey, let us know who you want to see on the show, because even though I have a laundry list of people, it's in season, schedules get crazy. So if you have suggestions, let us know. Yeah, and then if you're listening on Spotify, like the page, give us a 5-star, because we like good reviews. That being said, Cap is hopefully back next week. In the meantime, yeah, so long, everyone. Take care.